Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to our first vlog. My name is Adam. This is my co-host and my cousin Eric.
Hey.
Hopefully, we're hoping to at some point possibly get into just a discussion about Iron Man 2. Some of the other things to look forward to that we're going to be doing are we're planning on doing some short films. Originally, they were titled something like Cheesy Horror Movie Theater, and I was originally making these with Eric for another website that isn't even up anymore. I had disagreements with about how things were being run, so I left with the total burning the bridge thing. It was kind of messy. I actually regret some of the things I had said, not the fact that they were true. I probably just should have just been, a little bit more like, yeah, fuck you, instead of giving them a breakdown of every single thing, a play-by-play, this is this is what's wrong, this is this. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have just been like, fuck you guys. And everything like that, but it ended. The thing is that originally the concept of the films were theirs. They had the names already, and I was going to remake a lot of them. And I rewrote the stories my way. I basically threw out everything that they had written, and I rewrote them all my way. And before I really started getting going with the filming, I left. So I'm saying basically, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to finish making the movies that I was originally planning on making. I'm going to make them the way that I was originally planning on making them. I'm not going to be calling them Cheesy Horror Movie Theater no matter how much I like the name, because that belongs to theirs. I'm not even going to be calling the names of the characters that they had used. These are my versions. These are my films. I'm going to be actually making these my way. Eric is going to be helping me, and he's actually in a few of the pieces that you're going to be seeing. So some of the films that you're going to be seeing is the stalker slasher type parodies like Halloween and Friday the 13th, and we're basically just going to run with the title Friday the Umpteenth. For obvious reasons of how many Friday the 13th films that they've actually made. And we're going to be doing a few other pieces like The Basement. Long story on that one. It's sort of a take of Evil Dead and The Thing, basically. Sort of a spoof-off on those kind of films. Attack of the Killer Shopping Carts, which a lot of people are going to think it's like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or something. It's not. Actually, I based the spoof off of Christine, Jaws, and a lot of those kind of films. So we got that. What's some of the other ones?
The Fly.
Yeah, we did a short called The Fly Part 3, but unfortunately it's kind of missing some of the context about why it was made. We'll show it anyway. You're probably just going to think it's stupid. It's the only time we're going to be spoofing that one, I think. Maybe we'll do prequels. We'll actually go back and make The Fly Part 1 and 2 our way. And it'll be even more retarded. Let's see. There's a few others here and there that we're going to wind up doing. Some other smaller projects and things like that. We're going to also do some movie reviews. What we're going to be doing is something called Unfound Films. And what that basically is there's a lot of movies out there that are awesome. They're great movies, but most people don't know that they were great because they either dismissed them or whatever. Some of them are available on DVD, some of them only made it as far as VHS, but they're still really good movies. What we're going to wind up doing with that is we're going to wind up incorporating some cult classic films. Because you almost have to. A lot of these movies wind up having a small cult following with them. So we have to include certain cult classic films. Possibly not films like Big Trouble in Little China and Army of Darkness and Evil Dead. I mean,
no, those are pretty big.
We don't really need to talk about those. Yeah, those are probably some of the most public conscious cult classic films out there. It's almost like as if we were trying to talk about like Westworld or Soylent Green or Logan's Run. You already know they exist. The references exist in pop culture. We don't need to talk about those films. You know, people already reference them, and even if you don't know exactly what movie it came from, you've seen the reference. You know the reference. Everyone remembers Soylent Green is people from at least Saturday Night Live when Phil Hartman was doing that gag. Seriously, we don't need to talk about those. I really don't think we do. So we're going to be doing some stuff. I think one of the first ones is a Korean film.
Oh yeah, the first film is a Korean film called Save the Green Planet.
Yeah.
And it's a great film.
He told me about it, and
I found it on Amazon. I think I saw some people, a few people were talking about it, and I figured it was only $5, brand new. So
yeah, he told me about it. I was like, eh.
Yeah, you didn't even want to see it.
A lot of movies. Well, no, I eventually built myself up. You know,
I think I put it on, and you were like, oh. And you're kind of sitting there, so I kind of forced you to see it.
Yeah, I went in kind of kicking and screaming, and it's kind of difficult. It's a Korean film for starters.
I've been following a lot of foreign films, following a lot of Korean films, trying to introduce myself to them, and they make freaking phenomenal films.
The biggest problem I had, and I'm really embarrassed to say it, is because I had to read the subtitles. And I really hate having to try to divide my time between reading text and trying to keep up with the action on the screen, you know? And I'm good at it. I really am. I really am good at quick reading the subtitles and being able to catch up with things. But there's a lot to be said for dubbing a movie into English. And trying to watch a foreign film is very difficult like that.
I mean, I do have options, but when I show someone a movie, I make sure we watch it in subtitles, dubbing in English.
It's awesome, but
because I don't know, the voice actors don't.
No, that doesn't always work. You know that just as well as I do. You can't say that half the Jackie Chan movies, like Legend of Drunken Master, aren't fucking great to watch, even if they are dubbed into English. Look at it.
Well, if you're talking about serious films, if you're watching dramas or films like that.
Well, dramas and stuff like that are fine if you want the subtitles.
Actors.
Well, yeah.
To speak for that. But if you're doing a silly comedy, a martial arts film, I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter. But
yeah,
it depends
and
on
the thing
movie.
is, Save the Green Planet. I could totally picture that dubbed. It would be kind of difficult, and one of the selling points of this movie for us was it's every genre. If I really had to classify it, I'd probably classify it as a science fiction comedy, just simply because there's a lot of scenes that will make you laugh.
Comedy, horror.
Well, no. If I had to classify it as specifically, if I had to put it into a specific box, it's science fiction comedy. But the thing is, it really does have a lot of horror elements. It's got a lot of comedy, psychedelic elements. There's a lot of different ones, and that was the whole idea behind making this movie, was that it was being all of these different films. So we wanted to talk about that, and we wanted to show some of it, and maybe some of you will enjoy it enough to go out and get it, because I'll tell you, it really is a great film.